right. So, hey, everybody, how's y'all doing today?
Alive and well, man. Been a
Alive
good
and
week.
well. Yeah,
Got a good slate of football games today.
I was about to say we got some good football games on today. We had a good little competition last night here in Thomasville.
We did. Lee County. I knew it. I knew that was going to be the game, one of the games to watch this season. And Lee County played a very good game. Um, Thomas County jumped out real early and scored a touchdown and stayed 7-0 for a while. Then we went up 14-0, and they come back, scored a touchdown, and then opened the second half. On the first play, their quarterback ran probably. I was outside the bleachers. So I didn't see what yard line, but it had to be somewhere around the 15, 20 yard line, and he scrambled and broke loose and all the way to the end zone, 14 to
Man,
14. But it was a good game, and there towards the end of the third quarter and fourth quarter, Thomas County pulled away, ended up pulling it off 35-21.
man, it sounded like a good game. Hate we missed it. I text you about I think it was around halftime, and
Yeah.
you said yeah, it's 14-7 right now, and it's getting close. So I'm pretty excited. That was a good football team last night that they had to play. So that was pretty cool to see. And then on top of that, then we see this other football team play last night, and I thought they were going to be playing a little bit more elite. But I got to give a shout out to Justin Mitchell because he's always dogging us about some FSU winning some stuff, and man, FSU got beat by Virginia. So, and I'm not gonna lie, I did not predict that. I did
I
not
didn't
see
either.
that. I thought
I
they
had
were gonna
Florida
handle
State
them.
handling them pretty well.
I did too.
And if they play them again, they may be able to. I think UVA come out ready.
Oh
Got
yeah,
a game plan, a game scheme, and I will say their defensive line
oh yeah,
was
they were awesome.
tough on the offensive line of Florida State. They was getting in the backfield a lot and was rushing the quarterback to just make some. Man, I will say I don't know if you watched the end of the game there. The fourth down game was. I mean they.
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
this is over. Florida State come out with a phenomenal play.
got that
Their
touchdown.
tight end, diving catch, fourth down. I was like, yep, this Florida State's gonna pull it out, and then penalties hurt them a lot too.
Yes.
Penalties hurt them a lot, especially right there in overtime. And then I also seen on their overtime drive, that last one, they were in the student section, so it was so loud. The field, the coin toss and all that got them flopped around, so
Yeah.
they didn't have a choice of which end zone they was going to be driving in there in overtime, and it put them in the UVA student section,
Mm.
and they said it was so loud, and that's what caused I think the false start there in the overtime and.
Hang on real quick. Can y'all hear us out there? Because we got Brother Mike Toomey saying he can't hear. Everything good? Okay. Well, just wanted to make sure. Hey, I'll tell you what, just to cheat a little bit, I'll pull it up on my phone
Yeah.
just to make sure. And the first thing I see is, yeah, I'm hearing this pretty good. Hello? Hello?
It's coming through
Yeah.
on mine as well.
All right. Sounds good to me.
But
All right, but
Mike, my dad, you may be on your phone. May have to turn your volume up. It's working on mine.
he might be hard of hearing today. But no, I was just sitting there just astonished by FSU kind of losing that, to be honest with you. I didn't expect that. And then, yeah, the trash talk that came with it, because as soon as it happened, I got a bunch of Miami friends that jumped on Facebook and was just, I thought we were going to be playing a top 10 team and all this other stuff. So,
Gotta be careful though, because
yeah, now FSU's mad. They got a
they
black
come into
eye.
Tallahassee to play FSU, and that's gonna be tough. So.
Yeah, they got a black eye right now, and they're going to take it out on Miami. I think so.
Florida State's not out of it yet. They
No.
still got some games, and they can still win their conference.
Yeah, and they got a good win over Bama right now, so they still good in good contentions.
I'm sure every Florida State fan is rooting for Alabama tonight.
Yeah, I believe so too. But then let's move on to another game that played last night that I know it doesn't mean much to a lot of people, but it was kind of weird to me. It was Houston and Oregon State. And the reason it was weird to me is because Mike Gundy literally just got released Tuesday.
Yes.
He
I
was,
I didn't
and
see that
he was the second longest tenured coach in college football altogether. And I can't remember how many years. I mean, it was a lot of years. It was like 18 or 19 years, if I remember correctly, that he has been the college football coach of Oregon State. So it is amazing to see. But then Oregon State came out, and I'm talking about put just a wallop on everybody. They came out and they kept it 24-27 is what the final was, but they went into overtime and everything too, and that's without a coach. That's with whatever's going on. It was just insane to think of. So I'm proud for Oregon State. I hate Mike Gundy got let go, but at the same time, sometimes a change is what's needed. And I don't want to speak ill of what's going on right now, but that kind of segues into the next person that I'm thinking of is Dabo Swinney.
Yes.
Because, they got kind of handled by Syracuse last weekend. I was hoping they were going to come back out and swing like they were supposed to, but they didn't. But they kind of got handled by Syracuse last weekend, and in the process of everything, I'm wondering if Dabo's trying to find a U-Haul right now.
Yeah.
Because I honest to God wonder if his time's up at Clemson. I hate to say that. I can't believe I'm saying that because Dabo's done awesome with Clemson, but I wonder if it's time. I really do.
He has, and I think that, Dabo, he's kind of stood on some of his values, and he wasn't a big fan of the NIL. He was not a big fan of the transfer portal. And whether you like it or whether you don't, I think it is one of those things you either got to kind of get on board with how football is now or
move on.
You're not going to be able to compete. And I feel like Dabo is suffering the consequences of not wanting to do what all the other teams are doing. I mean, there's some good transfer pickups out there.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's going in the transfer portal.
Well, and honestly, in this day and age, you have to do that kind of stuff in the NIL age. I guess you could say you have to get in the transfer portal because if you don't, you're gonna end up losing all those 5 stars that are going in, those 4 stars that are going in. Hey, even the lower stars. To me, I hate the stars, just to be honest with you, because you're saying that this kid's rated as a 5-star. When you get him, he's playing like a 2-star, and then you get a no-star show up, and then he's blowing out everybody.
Well,
so
you get these guys that are single A schools, and not to say that they can't come out of a single A school and be great, but you get a 5-star from a single A school that their competition was chosen out of a school of 100 people in the graduating class.
Yeah,
and then you go get a 5-star from a 6A school that their graduating class is 800 people.
yeah,
and that 5-star had to probably be a little bit more
a little
valuable
bit. Yeah,
versus the single A. But they go to these camps and they'll get star ratings at these camps. And so, again, stars are somebody that I guess that seems to be more consistent with their playing, so they get these higher rating stars. But I mean, we've seen some of the greatest players in football come out and not even be.
I tell you what, do this on the not on that one, on that other one over there. Turn it up. Yeah. If you guys are having a hard time hearing, we're trying to figure out what's going on, why it'd be so hard for y'all to hear. Because on ours, we can hear pretty well. Hello, hello, hello.
All right. How's that, everybody?
Talk in your mic.
How's everybody hear me out there? Yeah.
We hear y'all. We
Hearing it on ours,
we
huh?
hear like we on a
I don't
on
know.
a thing too, so we hear it pretty well. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I'd say make sure your volume's maxed out. That's all I can think of. Hopefully it'll kind of fix itself. Hopefully y'all can hear us.
Hello, hello, hello.
Here, twist your mic up just a tad bit like that.
There we
Yeah.
go.
These mics are kind of crazy today. I don't know
Yeah.
what's going on with it, but we're gonna try to move on. Hopefully, can y'all hear us? At least give us a thumbs up or something if you can hear us, because right now we ain't hearing nothing. Oh, Andrew said it's better now, so
All
we
right.
good. If Andrew said it's better, that means it's better. So, all right. Well, Andrew messaged me, like text me. Thanks, brother Andrew Gonzalez. We appreciate you, brother. Well, we're gonna kind of talk a little bit about last week's games and all that kind of stuff. I will say I'm gonna, of course, start off with my team. I was proud to see LSU come out there and handle like they did. I know they played a lower tier school, but they came out and their offense finally started clicking. I seen a lot of great things out of them, and Nussmeier didn't play the entire time, which was a good thing for us because we need him to heal up and rest. But I will say I'm proud of our defense because they held them scoreless for a long time, and then finally they allowed them to score. But the end score was 56-10. But I'm just really proud of our offense for finally clicking, and we got to see our backup quarterback.
Yep.
And that joker can play. He can throw
good.
and he can
looked
run. And moving on to the next game that I kind of wanted to hit from last week is the Miami-Florida game.
Yes.
And what's so crazy to me about this game is Miami has been blowing everybody out. The only game that they had a struggle with was Notre Dame, and that was their very first game. So, and they won in overtime, if I remember correctly. I think it was 27-24. But everybody else, they've been blowing out. Now, they beat Florida last week 26-7, and I know a lot of people would see that as a blowout, but I'm going to say this. I think Florida's defense is a lot better than what people give them credit for.
Absolutely.
I think their offense just ain't clicking whatsoever. And even when they played us, they had a great defense. So I'm going to be honest. I think Florida's defense is what's keeping them kind of sane, I guess you could say. But at the same time, the whole coaching situation, I literally just talked to a Florida fan last night at AT&T store, and he was telling me that they've been ready to get rid of their coach for about 2 or 3 years now.
I think that's a pretty common topic.
Yeah, and the fact one of the things that he kept saying was, we've got elite players. We've got the defense. We've got the offense. We've got the players that can make this game work. But the problem is our coaching. And then he went on to talk about how the OC doesn't even call the plays, that it's Billy that calls the plays. And I'm going to be honest with you, that was something that Brian Kelly had a problem with at first with LSU. And then he finally said, I got to let him be the coach. I got to let him be the offense coordinator. So I think there's a learning curve with that. But at the same time, he's been there for what, four years, I think? 3 or 4 years, something like that.
Something like that.
So in that case, I would say, yeah, old Napier needs to understand either you move forward or you get the boot, which, I mean, we know every Florida fan right now is calling for the boot. So
you got coordinators for a reason, and as a head coach, your mind is on all the areas of the game and
yes, sir.
the scheme of the game, kind of organizing the flow of the game, using your timeouts properly, time management. There's a lot on your plate as the head coach. And you've got to put some trust in your coordinators.
Oh, yeah.
And if your coordinators aren't doing the job, then you got to be the head coach and put somebody there that can do it. But you've got to be able to release some of that to those coordinators and let them be, let them be what they were hired to be.
Yeah, let them do their job.
Exactly. Because they have a focus of simply that offense.
Yeah.
That offensive coordinator, that's his job. That's his job, is to watch what the defense is laying out there for him and give the offense the plays that are going to work. And so, I think that's a big deal when it comes to making those play calls is being able to, give over that a little bit power to your coordinator.
Hand over that leadership there.
A couple of games last week, but one of them was Texas Tech and Utah.
Ooh.
I know we talked about that game last week, and we even discussed it. It was 17 versus 16, but Texas Tech looked a lot better.
They looked
17. 16 looked a lot worse than 16.
Yeah.
So Texas Tech handling it pretty properly. I mean, it wasn't a huge blowout, but 34-10 is a big win.
That's 24 points there.
To a ranked team, two ranked teams right there side by side. So
yeah. Well, then even talking about that, go to the Illinois Indiana game.
Yeah.
19, which was Indiana, and Illinois was 9.
63-10
Bro,
or something.
Indiana showed up and showed out.
Yes.
I mean, 63-10 is insane. So some of these rankings, that's why we keep saying it. Don't trust all these rankings. They don't mean nothing right now. They'll mean something, and when we get to about week 7 and 8, that's when you start paying attention to
That's
it.
right. And then you got what about Auburn and Oklahoma game?
Bro, that was a rough
tough
game.
I think there was I'm not one of them that, referees are gonna make bad calls. But when it comes down to the game, winning decision, that should never be on a call of a referee.
No, it shouldn't.
Don't let the referee determine the outcome of a game. And so I know there was a big controversy on that play where the guy, looked like he was running off the field to be substituted, and then he stopped on the sideline, and the rules state that you cannot try to fool the other team.
Yeah, it's not trick plays are done like with that kind of stuff.
By going off, like you're going off the field, he stopped right on the sideline wide open, and that became a big ordeal.
Yeah,
And then even one of the pass interference calls or no calls was a big one for
yeah.
that. So I definitely, Auburn lost that game
They
by
probably
one
shouldn't.
score.
They probably shouldn't have.
But when you take the penalties that were called and the ones that were blatant that wasn't called, Auburn could have easily won that game.
Yeah.
Maybe should have won that game.
Yeah.
So,
well, I know that they're not done with it. They went to the SEC commissioner. They went up the chain.
Right.
I mean, completely up the chain, and they even went to Sankey, the commissioner, and was talking to him about it and all that kind of stuff. And they're still hot about it, livid about it, which I understand because you're the coach and you're coaching this team or the athletic director or whatever, and you're expecting your team to go out there and give it their all, but then they lose it because of calls that are not called or calls that should have been called, and it just I understand where Auburn's at. I understand that frustration, that anger. I get it. I completely get it.
And the painful part about Auburn is, even though they're still pursuing this, I believe the only thing that can come out of this is better calling in the future by this same referee. But I mean, either way, saying even if they say, okay, that was a bad call, they're not going to turn around and say, well, we're going to give Auburn a win because the score still said 17-24. So Auburn's not going to get that win back, and it's painful. Especially as a fan if you're a fan of Auburn or a player, it's painful regardless of what they decide now in the future for the future of these referees. It's painful to have that loss.
Oh yeah.
That in your mind, what if? You got that what if factor, and it kind of stings a little bit. But.
And I will say Auburn's not done, nowhere near it, because they got a slate ahead of them.
Yep.
If they can win out, they'll be definitely in the top. I see that. I know another one that I kind of wanted to just hit on. They're not. I mean, it didn't mean much. Was the Mizzou South Carolina game? Mizzou won it 29-20. That was a closer game than what people think it was. And then the Vanderbilt game, which they played Georgia State, but Vanderbilt, I ain't never seen Vanderbilt score 70 points.
Up some points. They're playing ball.
Yeah, they trying their best to prove a point this year. So, but then going into this week, we've already kind of talked about FSU. So hey, Chris, we see you, bro. But we've already kind of talked about FSU. We don't want to keep kicking a dead horse, I guess you could say. So. And we don't want to anger it either. So, but I'm excited to see some of the games today. You got USC Illinois, which is 21-23. You got Notre Dame and Arkansas, which I believe is going to be a better game than what people think it is because Sam Pittman is on the hot seat.
Yep.
I'm really surprised he didn't pack his bags already. You've got, of course, the LSU Ole Miss game, which is, I'm not going to lie, it's a scary thing for me because Ole Miss is one of those teams that can slip up and beat you in a heartbeat. Lane Kiffin is a great coach. I don't care what anybody says, that man can coach. And he's a very offensive-minded guy and very structured with it. And I'm telling you now, he's one that he scares me because he's good. He's really good. You got Texas A&M and Auburn today, which, like I said, Auburn, we were just literally saying a second ago, Auburn's upset now, mad. I hope they don't allow that to block them in this game. I hope they don't come in with that mindset, still thinking about it, because if they do, they're gonna lose to Texas A&M easily.
And if you're one of them that do look at the rankings and try to determine, Auburn's not ranked this week.
Nope.
Because of that loss last week.
Yep.
But if just say they get those calls, they win that game, they're probably close to ranked around 15. They were 22. They would have at least probably been in the top 20.
Well, because they were 22 and Oklahoma was 11, if I remember correctly.
They would have jumped up at least a couple.
Yeah, they would have been at least 14 or 15.
Yeah, and so, don't think you're going in and just playing just a simple unranked team. Auburn is definitely got a chip on their shoulder,
Well,
feeling like they were robbed. So,
oh yes, sir. And A&M's number 9. So
Yep.
think about this: if Auburn knocks number 9 off, Auburn gets right back in the rankings, and ta-da!
and I think that Auburn has a good chance.
I do too.
I really don't think that Texas A&M. Man, I think the spread's 7.5, somewhere around
yeah,
there.
I think so.
And but I think Florida State had a 6.5-inch spread last night, and you can see that those betting spreads, those ranks at this time of the year,
Just
they're,
gonna
they're
keep
not a
kicking it.
they're not a determinant factor.
Just gonna keep
Yeah.
kicking that sucker while it's down there.
Yeah. I'm not gonna kick too much because Georgia's got a game.
Yeah,
on their
y'all got a
hands
game. Yeah,
tonight. Georgia has their kryptonite tonight. I believe Alabama could go 2-8 at the whole year, and beat Georgia a lot of times.
well, I'm also going to say this, and I know we ain't got to that game yet, but we'll go ahead and talk about it. The Georgia-Alabama game tonight at 7:30. I am going to say this. Georgia is not facing the same Alabama that FSU faced. It's not. I know that it's not
You're
the
gonna
Saban.
hear about that one.
Oh, I don't care. I don't care. It's not the Saban team. I am going to say that. It is nowhere near the Saban team. But these guys are clicking now with FSU where they weren't clicking. That was week 1. They were still learning who they were, brand new quarterback in the system, brand new receivers, all that stuff. Now Bama's clicking a little bit better. Now that they've gotten about 4 games underneath them, they know who they are now.
Ty Simpson has really been on target. His
Yes.
accuracy of his throwing has been, phenomenal. If that's something he keeps up the entire year,
That's
I
Heisman
promise
contender.
you he'll be in the top Heisman
Yeah.
choices. He has had I think the last I checked, I don't know this to be 100% accurate, but I think he was in the high 70s of accuracy,
Wow.
completion percentage, and so they're going to definitely try to move the ball like that in the air, and Georgia has been allowing some passing, and even in certain periods of the game have even been giving up some runs. So
Yeah.
if they can establish a run game and a passing game, I definitely think that they'll have a good chance to not only beat Georgia, at least hang with them and make it a close game.
I think so.
I think in order for Georgia to win, last week or week before against Tennessee, Georgia was able to spread the ball out down the field a little more, something they hadn't been doing all year. They was able to control the timing of the game because Tennessee wanted to move fast.
Yeah.
They done a good job. Coaching staff done a good job of slowing the game down and keeping Tennessee from running the score real fast. But
Keeping it their game.
I feel like Georgia's key. If Georgia's going to win this game, they're going to have to be able to run the ball.
Oh yeah.
I know that FSU was able to run the ball on Alabama pretty good. I mean, but again, in that game, FSU manhandled
Yeah.
the defensive line and the offensive line. They controlled the trenches, and so running the ball, I think, is going to be a major key for Georgia. We've had some good runs. We've had some good, short yardage runs and stuff to move the sticks, but we really haven't had that big yardage
Dynamic,
runner this year yet. So they're going to have to be able to move the ball. I think Alabama's going to try to do the same thing. They're going to try to move the ball on the ground as well. So definitely going to be a good game to watch. As I said, I don't care how great Georgia is or how horrible Alabama is or how great Alabama is and how horrible Georgia is. Since 2008, these games have been close, except for the last time that Alabama came to Athens. The last time Alabama came to Athens, it was a blowout.
Yeah.
And Alabama won. They asked Kirby Smart this week, what sticks out to you about the last time that Alabama came to Athens? And he said Derrick Henry.
Yeah, definitely.
And it was wet. That was his 2 answers. It was wet and Derrick Henry. And so they was able to run the ball hard on us, easy. I think Nick Chubb was going for the consecutive games with a 100-yard record that game, and it was fourth quarter. Didn't look like he was going to get it, and we was on like the 5-yard line, and Nick Chubb broke out and ran all the way down the field for a touchdown and got his 100-yard rushing. So I think that put him – he's either tied with the record or set the record for most consecutive games with 100 yards rushing. So.
Wow. Well, that's a hard game to pick for me. I'm going to be honest with you because Georgia and Alabama they're going to be two tough juggernauts, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Georgia, they haven't been looking too great on offense in certain areas, but then again, they have been.
That's right.
They've been making up for it, but they're also that team that, man, they keep themselves in the game and they know how to win it. Bama's been kind of dominant in the last couple games on offense and defense, really, because they've been holding their opponent pretty much to lower scores. So I think it's going to be a great game. I can't say which team I think is going to be better tonight because it's always who shows up.
That's right. And I'll say either team's got a chance of taking the W tonight. As a Georgia fan, I'm hoping it's Georgia. I did pick against Georgia in the Tennessee game, because I did feel like Tennessee was the more advanced team. I felt like they had to. And I said this. I said it after the game. I don't want Georgia to have to play Tennessee again. I don't believe you beat them twice.
I don't think they would either. Tennessee come in there with anger.
The real key to Georgia winning tonight is it's got to be like that time in the Bourbon Bowl when Bobby Boucher came. And that coach, I feel like that coach. I feel like when Kirby Smart looks across the field, he goes into the shell. With Alabama, I know Nick Saban was his former head coach, and
you gotta go up to add question.
Chloe's
trying her best, man.
Go ahead. When he looks across that field, though, there's something scary that he sees for some reason when it's Alabama. Like that's been the kryptonite of Georgia. Gatorade. So we got to figure out how to make Kirby Smart look over there and see that baby face.
Yeah, that little baby.
And start playing this game like a champ,
God almighty. Oh, you're going to love it. Next game, the Tennessee Mississippi State game.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are overlooking this game. I'm going to tell you this is going to be a tough game. I think Tennessee's is going to win it, but Mississippi State right now is 4-0. And they've played some teams.
Yeah.
They came up and slipped up, and nobody thought they were going to win a couple weeks ago, and they ended up winning that game. And now they're playing Tennessee. Tennessee has a 73.5% chance that they're going to win this game. And I love those odds because that makes me say, you're disrespecting my team, you're disrespecting me. We're going to come out here and win this game. We're going to pull off the upset. So if I'm Mississippi State, I'm going to walk in there with a chip on my shoulder with that
Absolutely.
one. Then you go down and you got Iowa State and Arizona. You got all these Mizzou and Massachusetts, BYU and Colorado, which your boy is I ain't going to say he's on the hot seat because he went in there and he's turned that Colorado around and made a huge program. But I'm going to say this. I think he's getting a little hot.
Yeah.
I think he's getting upset with it. So, but moving past those, moving to the other big game that's tonight. You got the LSU Ole Miss. You got Bama and Georgia. You got Tennessee, Mississippi State. I think the Oregon Penn State game.
Yes.
There's a lot of people looking at it. I'm going to be honest with you. This one's hard for me because, and this is my SEC bias is about to show a little bit. I don't think Penn State plays anybody.
No.
I don't think they play anybody to prove who they are.
And I'm not saying that they're not good.
I'm not
saying that. But you haven't been battle tested.
That's exactly right.
And Oregon, I'm not going to say has the most extreme toughest schedule in the world.
I don't think so either.
But I do believe that Oregon, has been tested in the past more. I really hadn't kept up with them much this year on Oregon. I did just kind of blindly pick Oregon to win this game.
I did too.
But I think that
I never trust Penn State when they get the top.
So it's gonna be a good top 5 matchup.
Yeah.
And is Oregon top 5?
Yeah, Oregon's
that's what I thought.
6. Actually.
Oh, so top 6 matchup.
Yeah, and Penn State's 3.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest with you. This game's gonna go either way, one of the two. I think the better team's gonna win, of course, no duh. I think it's going to be Oregon, though. And
I got them picked to win, so we're going to see.
I just don't know. I think this is the game that we're going to ask Chloe.
Well, her pick was Oregon or Penn State.
She picked
She's
Penn
a Penn State believer. All right.
So we got 2-1 on that one. I got you.
Well, I'll tell you a game that people don't need to overlook as well. The big number 1, Ohio State against Washington.
Seen how Ohio State almost got it handed to them a couple weeks ago.
Yes, and I can promise you Washington isn't going to lay down for them. So.
No, they're coming in there with a chip on their shoulder, too.
Yep. So I did pick Ohio State to win the game.
Yeah.
But I don't believe that you got to just kind of look at the fact that they're number 1 and Washington's unranked to say that they're going to go in there in Washington's house and and take it from them. You know, they're gonna have to earn it. And so,
Yeah. Which, I mean, if you want to be honest, Washington has been doing good on rushing yards.
Yeah.
So they've been doing decent on passing yards too, but their rushing yards have been pretty awesome. So
they've been averaging 536 yards a game.
Yeah.
To Ohio State's 475 yards. Now
I will say Ohio State did play Texas.
Yep.
So we got to factor that in.
In the beginning of the year, that was a big deal.
Yeah.
But
now it's
now everybody's seeing that it's kind of the same thing with that with other teams that they've played.
Glad you said other teams.
There's been a few of them. For instance, nobody thought Vanderbilt was going to be as good as they was, so they were writing them off, and now look at them climbing the ladder.
Yeah.
And then you got stuff like that. So in the beginning of the year, those preseason rankings had Clemson in the top 5.
And no, they were saying they were going to win the national championship.
They started the season like ranked 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And
they've
got that many losses.
3, I think. Yeah. So that tells you right away. Don't trust the stinking standings. Same with Notre Dame. They were in the top 5 if I remember correctly, and now they're what 1 and 2, and they're playing Arkansas today, and it's
possibly be 1 and 3.
They might be 1 and 3.
Yep.
So. And Vanderbilt was unranked, wasn't even in the top 25. I don't even think they were in the top 50, to be honest with you. And now they're number 18, and they're throwing points up on the scoreboards. So there's a lot to be seen, of course, still. But I'm just curious of, number one, what's y'all's pick of the week? That would be my thing. What game do you just know you got to watch today? And if you get a chance, put in the comments, all that good stuff. But for me, of course, I'm an LSU guy, so I'm going to watch LSU Ole Miss. The game, though, that I want to see, and I want to see the Penn State-Oregon game. Yeah. I want to see who comes out on that, to see who wins it, to see, pretty much how it's handled. Because if it's a close game, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't want it to be a close game. I want it to be a blowout because I want to know who's actually better.
Yeah.
And if it's a close game, it makes me wonder, are these two still great teams, or are they still just mid teams? Are they just okay teams, and they're in a weaker conference, and that's why they're beating everybody like they are? So it's that's kind of where I'm at with this. So
I'm gonna have 7:30. I'm gonna have 2 or 3 TV streaming, because I'm definitely gonna watch the Alabama-Georgia game.
Yeah.
But that's the same time Penn State and Oregon play, so I do want to see that game as well.
Yep.
So I'll be tuned in. I'll have 5 or 6 eyes at that time watching.
Well, I got this new feature. It's on my YouTube TV. That's how I watch these games now, and it has it where you can split it up into 4 screens.
Oh wow!
And I ain't gonna lie, I'm excited about that because the very first week, boy, I had 4 teams that I was just steadily watching the whole time, and man, it was just awesome being able to watch. When this one went to commercial, I got to watch these other 3, and it was awesome. So, I do know that Chloe has a question for us that she wanted us to do. It's going to be our question of the week, little segment that we're starting. What mascot will win in a cage match? Between all the college football teams, what mascot would win in a cage match? Is that the
Minnesota?
Gopher? Is that the Minnesota Gopher? She picked the Gopher. Well, you can't rule out Stanford. And I wish we could pull up the Stanford mascot. But if I remember correctly, Stanford is a tree, is their mascot.
Nice.
So
I'm going to say that based off of what comes out on the field, you put all of them in a cage match. They had a big Royal Rumble or something.
That bull.
Well,
from Texas.
I think that the real tiger.
Told you.
The fact y'all got a real tiger.
Yeah, we have Mike. We got Mike.
Mike's gonna
Mike's gonna kind of handle. Mike's gonna kind of handle business.
Uga better stay in his little house on the ice.
Yeah. But yeah, you got a bear. But see, there's something everybody's overlooking. That I don't know. I don't know if I could say that. The Hurricanes.
Oh
the Miami Hurricanes, but they have a cane. So it's the stork or whatever, the cane. So it's just a bird. I don't know. I couldn't pick that. I'd have to say Mike the Tiger.
Bird's not going to win. He might escape, but he's not going to win.
If it was a hurricane that showed up, what the heck is that? What is that? What team is that? WKU.
Is that
WKU. Is that Western Kentucky? I think it is Western Kentucky. That's a new one. I ain't seen that one before. Just some big orange blob.
It just might swallow you up.
Yeah. Oh, the
Brutus.
Buckeyes. Boof.
Not
Yeah,
Brutus.
nobody knows what he is, so he'll
Yeah.
get taken out pretty quick.
A lot of folks think he's a Toomey because it's out of his head, but it's not a Toomey.
No, and then you turn around and you got the Crimson Tide, which is the elephants. So you got to be cautious with that. But I've seen tigers take down elephants too. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of would have
But
to say
their mascot isn't a real elephant.
no, it's not.
That's why I say Uga. You better stay in the house. on the
Yeah.
ice.
I was about to say Uga would get taken care of.
flabby-
Tennessee's.
Yeah, that flabby, wrinkly elephant that
Yeah.
was out on the field, he's not going to win in a cage match.
Chloe is steadily showing us mascots, and
Stingray.
this one's a stingray. That one's
You must be in
wow.
like Division 3.
Yeah.
That looks like something we're
Oh
watching
my
Macon.
gosh. Then well, I don't know, the bull from Texas. I mean, I can't remember his name right now, but when he comes out, that's a big old boy. But I know
Well,
a tiger could take him down.
Uga already knows not to mess with him.
Yeah, we seen that
He
one.
got a little angry.
Oh, Auburn's got the eagle. One
Yeah.
minute, then they get a tiger the next
He
minute.
just, "Caw."
Yeah, hey, caca. The Arkansas Razorbacks,
Oh,
but
yeah.
yeah,
I'm
that
taking that
just,
Razorback.
I was about to say that's a good dinner for Mike.
Gamecock. Gonna spur you.
Yeah, that's a good dinner that's a good snack for Mike.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of anything that could beat Mike.
Well, is it Oregon State that is like a tornado beaver?
They were Oregon State. I thought they were the cow. No, they're not Cowboys.
Oregon. I may be thinking. What, let me see.
Oregon's the Ducks.
No, Oregon State.
Oregon State.
Who is it?
That's a good question. Or what is that? Oh, that's that bee thing. Yeah. Oh, that's the devil. Sun Devils. Yeah. Ain't that Arizona? Arizona State. And then you got the Seminole. Yeah, I think FSU Seminole. He might be able to take down Mike because he's got the spear.
It ain't Oregon State. Ain't no Cowboy gonna win it.
The Syracuse Orange. I don't think he'd be able to take anybody out except maybe the Buckeye.
Okay, no, Oregon State is just a beaver. They're the Beavers.
Yeah, they're the Beavers. That's what they are. I knew that.
Well,
The Colorado's got a buffalo that comes out on the field, if I remember correctly.
Kentucky Wildcat. What kind of cat is it? Just a wildcat.
Yeah, just a little wildcat. A bucket. Oh my gosh, what is that?
A Tin Man. Anyway, what do y'all guys think? Who do y'all
Yeah.
think's gonna win
I'm
a cage match out of all the mascots?
right now. I think we got Mike the Tiger winning it all,
Yeah.
and we're talking about real mascot, not what their teams
Yeah.
represent.
What comes out on the field?
what
with
they
'em?
have that can come out on the field with them. Man, I don't know. I think Mike would handle it. I
Yeah.
think Mike would handle them all.
You got a real tiger that comes out on the field. You got
Yeah.
a real longhorn bull that comes out on the field.
Yep.
You've got some bulldogs that come out on the field. You've got eagle that comes out on the field.
You
Or
got-
flies around the field.
What is that? A hound dog that Tennessee's
Tennessee
got?
yeah, well, it's a something.
Bird dog or something. I'm trying to think of any other mascots that they have come out on the field. I don't know.
I don't know now. I will say this. Man has always been able to
I
beat
know
this
that's why I'm
And
thinking
Florida
the Seminoles.
State has an Indian that knows how to hunt.
And he's got a spear already, so
Yeah.
he could, if he hits Mike right. Yeah, I think he could, but
He better get him quick.
I don't know. I think the Virginia Cavalier might handle the FSU
That's right.
Seminole, seeing how they did last night. So, last jab. I promise, last jab. But anyway, we appreciate you guys. We know we went a little long, and we had a little technical difficulties at the beginning, but we hope everybody got to enjoy it. If you guys are still with us, we appreciate y'all so much. Make sure to
Yes.
like and subscribe, all that good stuff. We are on YouTube right now also. Make sure to like and subscribe on us on there. Last thing, of course, enjoy your Saturdays, enjoy your meals, get you something good to eat, all that good stuff. But last thing, if nothing else, go to church somewhere tomorrow.
Yep.
Even if it's not here, it's perfectly fine. Go to church somewhere.
That's right.
We encourage you. The world's getting crazy, and we all need Jesus a little bit more.
Amen.
So, But Pastor Josh, you got anything else you want to add?
Hey man, just enjoyed another week of the podcast called in the bleachers, and thank you guys for joining us in the bleachers. And so looking forward to an awesome slate of football games today. Eat you some good snacks. Eat
Yes,
you
sir.
some good
Get
stuff.
some good
and
wings.
we've talked about it. May here in the near future may have us a tailgating
Yeah.
episode. So we may be able to get some tailgating snacks in here. Then we get to just eat in front of y'all.
Oh, yeah, that'd be awesome. That would be awesome.
But no, I'm excited for today's slate of games. Thank you guys again for joining us and supporting us. And if you will, just continue to like and share and help us build up a little bit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And make sure comment like crazy on these posts. We're trying to grow this one. We wanna do some amazing stuff with it. And I ain't gonna lie, I love to talk about football all the time. I think that's an awesome little thing.
It is
So,
fun.
but we greatly appreciate you guys. God bless. Have a great day, and go Ox Tigers.
Go Dogs.